Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about fibre. This is something which I've been looking into recently, and I think what I found out is rather interesting, and it might provide an alternative view from what you might have heard before. So what does the mainstream say about fibre? I did a Google search looking at I think I typed in, is fibre good for you? Something like that. And these were sort of the first results that came up. So the first one is from the National Health Service. It says eating plenty of fibre is associated with lower risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, bowel cancer. Guts UK, dietary fibre is essential for good health. The Mayo Clinic, uh, they can help you stay at a healthy weight and lower the risk of various diseases. Healthline, um, Healthline actually admit fiber is indigestible material found in foods, but then it also says studies show that fiber has various health benefits, including weight loss and improved digestive health. So basically, the argument which I'll make in this video is that you don't need fiber. It's not necessary and it can actually cause harm. And I'll go through some of the reasons now. So these are basically my notes from a few videos from Dr. Anthony Chaffee and sort of his thoughts on fiber, along with Dr. Ken Berry. They are both proponents of the carnivore diet. And obviously, in that diet, there's no kind of plants at all that you consume, which pretty much means no fiber. So humans can't actually digest fiber. They can't break it down and can't get any nutrients from it. And humans used to have that ability millions of years ago, but because once we started eating animals and sort of like running on fat, then the need for that ability sort of dwindled. Other primates, such as like gorillas and chimpanzees, still have this ability, but humans don't. And the original argument for fiber was that it was good because you couldn't digest it and because you couldn't get nutrients and break it down, and that it actually blocks the absorption of nutrients. Like it's a anti-nutrient. And this is actually the case, the argument for it. And a lot of people will say, it fills your gut, it tricks your body into thinking it's full, so that you won't feel hungry. And that's not quite the case, because fullness comes from nutrients. Your body requires nutrients and not calories, and your stomach feeling full. It's not possible to trick your entire body into believing it's full when it's not. And you'll only be full once your body has enough nutrients. And obviously, we've determined that you can't get any nutrients from fiber. That must mean that eating fiber can't keep full for very long. And this is a great point that Anthony Chaffee made. He says, you shouldn't eat fiber for the same reason that you wouldn't eat a plastic bag. You can't get any nutrition from it. You can't break it down, and it can cause harm. And fiber is cellulose, same as a tree. Sawdust is fiber, and it's actually added to so many foods. And this is something which I never realized. And upon doing a bit more research, I found that sawdust has actually been an FDA approved food additive since 1973. And here is a list of foods that commonly have sawdust in them. What you can see from this list is it's pretty much all like processed foods, to be honest. And you wouldn't go around eating like bark from a tree or just biting into a piece of wood. And that's essentially what fiber is. And despite this, fiber is now considered an essential nutrient. And the original meaning of an essential nutrient is that if you don't have it, then you die. And that's just not the case with fiber. Um, you know, it's only been recommended to humans since probably the 1970s. So what was everyone doing before then? What were humans doing during the Ice Age, when there was no plants about? How did they even survive? And the amount of fiber that you need in your entire life is 0 grams. You don't need any. You'll survive and in fact thrive by not eating fiber. And one of the other arguments is, won't you get constipated? Um, one of the things which is recommended if you have constipation is to have lots of fiber in your diet. And constipation is actually caused by a lack of fat and not fiber. And before fiber was even suggested to be consumed, were humans before the 1970s getting constipated all the time? The answer is no. And apparently once these recommendations were brought in, constipation went up massively in like the 70s and 80s. And what about the Inuit? They live in the Arctic Circle where there's no plants and they live off animals. And I'm sure they're not getting constipation all the time. So phytonutrients are a substance found in certain plants which is believed to be beneficial to human health and help prevent various diseases. That's one of the arguments for eating plants is, they've got phytonutrients. But there is actually zero evidence that consuming phytonutrients is actually essential at all. So in summary, takeaway from this video is that fiber can't be broken down. It doesn't provide any nutrients. It actually blocks the absorption of nutrients. So let's say you have some like chicken and pasta. The fiber in the pasta will actually block some of the absorption of the nutrients from the chicken, including like the protein. And you might as well eat a plastic bag, you'll get the same result. And yeah, this is something which really blew my mind because like no one is talking about this. And if you go around asking people on the street, do you think fiber is healthy? I'd probably suggest that 99% of people would say yes, like, it's healthy, it's essential. But yeah, it just might not be the case. So yeah, that's sort of my point of view from looking into it a bit more. Feel free to disagree. Let me know in the comments if you have anything to add. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.